Hello everyone and welcome to another history video. So today we're taking a look at Wizard Lesson Deck in history format. So this is a Wizard deck that is trying to incorporate some of the lesson cards from the Avatar set. And honestly speaking, I think the lesson cards are absolutely busted for the Wizard deck. So let's take a look at what the lesson cards actually have to offer for the Wizard deck. So the card that we're trying to abuse is this card called Academic Dispute. I've actually played this card in a Gruul Land Destruction Shell, and that was trying to abuse something like a Jar Soul, right? The Jar Soul can get back the Academic Dispute, and then you can learn again to tutor for a sideboard card. But I think it even works better in this deck because not only can we abuse the Dreadhorde Arcanist, getting back a 1-mana tutor spell from the graveyard, but our deck happens to be a prowess deck. We have Symmetry Sage giving 3 damage whenever you cast a spell. We have Soul Scar Mage, Slickshot Show Off, and even Balmor Battle Mage Captain. They all love being able to cast multiple cards in a single turn. So the fact that the Academic Dispute can tutor for a card and then lets you cast it again is actually insane. And not to mention, the Academic Dispute in this particular deck can be used as a removal spell. Like if opponent has a Guide Up Soul on the other side, you can Academic Dispute, attack with the Symmetry Sage, and they have to block with Guide Up Soul, which is fantastic because have you seen a 1-mana cantrip that kills a creature? No, right? Like, this card is absolutely busted in this deck, and you can even tutor for another removal spell from the sideboard, such as Firebending Lesson. And we also have Eros Demonstration, which can also be used as board damage removal spell, or you can even use it as a board wipe against an energy opponent. Outside of that, some of the lesson cards we have are Boomerang Basics. This can return any permanent opponent has. So let's say if opponent like reanimated a creature, you can even Boomerang Basics, return that creature into their hand. That's also really good. And Redirect Lightning. If opponent uses a removal spell, you can Academic Dispute for Redirect Lightning and use it on opponent's creatures as well. We also have a Quencha. If opponent plays a card and you really wanted a counter spell, you can even go Academic Dispute into a Quencha, and that'll become like a 3-mana counter spell, basically. And we also have a Price of Freedom we can use against an Eldrazi opponent as well. So definitely very excited to try this deck out. So hence that, I'm going to be hopping over to some History Best of 3 to show you guys what the deck does. So let's hop over. Okay, we're playing against the Giganta deck. Oh no, Loras deck. So could be, you know, an Aura deck. Could be an Aura deck. It's not an Aura deck. I mean, could be still an Aura deck. Not really sure. I think it's an Aura deck. It's not an Aura deck. So I can Esper Slickshot Show Off, kill Esper Sentinel, make them draw a card, or I mean, I don't really need to make them draw a card, I guess. Maybe I should let them draw a card. Now I probably need to kill this in case of a Goblin Bombardment coming out. Because if a Goblin Bombardment comes out and this attacks, they can answer the Slickshot Show Off. Static Prison. White Orchid Phantom. Excellent. That's actually really, really good. A lot of removal spells. It's like what? 1, 2, 3? It's a lot of removal spells. If I had a land, I could have gone Symmetry Sage, Academic Dispute. Oh no, I can't because I would need to also cast the Reckless Charge. No, not Guide of Soul. That's one thing I didn't want to see. I'm actually gonna block the Ajani. Insane.
To the hunt.
Insane.
Won't stand with me.
Ooh, Slick Shot Show Off. Wait, they plussed? So if I go... How did they know I was gonna Academic Dispute into a board wipe? I guess maybe they just wanted to save the Ajani. Okay, so I can't quite Academic Dispute to kill the Guide of Souls, otherwise I'm not gonna be able to kill the Ajani here. Which kind of sucks. Unless I have win somehow. Let's say I go... So I have it 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, I'm not. I'm 3 damage off. Okay, well... Six, 8. They have 8 damage next turn. I'm just gonna push for damage here. So I need to top deck a spell. Right, I need to top deck a spell here. Wow, not even gonna block with the White Orchid Phantom, so... If I top deck a spell, I might win the game, like... Expressive Iteration or... Academic Dispute. Is that a win? 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's exactly lethal. Wait, what? Okay, I didn't know that had that. It's my first time seeing it. Oh, wow, I didn't... I was like, why didn't they put the Loris back? Now it makes sense because... Wow. Alright. Learned something today. Against master removals, I guess this kind of deck doesn't do too well. Oh, these are pretty nice cards, actually. I'll go Symmetry Sage. so many removals. Chain Lightning. Raptor. Oh, that is pretty insane. Oh my god, please. Make it stop. I just wanted one card to stick for the dispute. But I can't even do that. Yeah, imagine if the like a singular creature stuck, right? Then we would have had a very clean kill here. Yeah, I just couldn't get a single creature to stick.
What a beautiful day, brother.
Absolutely horrendous. Surely getting a Loris back was better, isn't it? I feel like getting a Loris back was probably better than flinging that. Let's see what we can draw. Another lightning. So what do we... Okay, so they got like Guide of Soul. Oh man. That's a bit rough. They could sacrifice all of them. Potentially. I'm not really sure if they will. They will lose the entire board here. Opponent really does not want to play that Loris. All right, there it is. Academic dispute. So I can get opponent to block one of my creatures. Actually, they could have actually sacrificed thinking about it. Right? Unless I have a win, I don't think so. I'm one off. Oh my god. Yeah, I have 14 damage. Can you believe that? Well, I didn't know I was gonna draw Wizard's Lightning. Okay, let me see what I can get here. I mean, I guess I'll just return target permanent. How bad is it if they draw on a Johnny? They play a Johnny, bombardment, deal damage, do that, deal 2 more damage. It'd be kind of bad, actually. Land would have been kind of bad too. So I have to kill the Lorist, right, before things get too crazy. Wait, am I dead? I think I am because they drew the land. Oh my god. Oh my god, we're actually dead. Okay, opponent doesn't see it. Oh man.
Nothing can break our bond.
I think they had exactly 6 damage.
There is no world where my quarry.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe they were actually one off. Alright. GG's. Yeah, they were actually one off. So they have so many removal spells that it's actually kind of crazy. I mean, we do too, but their removal spells are more impactful because our creatures just come down as a singular creature, right? But opponent's creatures like propagate. So it's much worse for us. I think because we're going second with the Ponder, maybe it's okay. Esper Sentinel, my worst nightmare. Yeah, look, we got a land. Classic. Let me guess, Amped Raptor into a removal spell. No, no Amped Raptor into a removal spell. Would you look at that? Oh my god, check this out. I mean, sure, opponent's gonna get one card out of this, but Jesus. Let's grab a firebending lesson. So sick. It's so sick. Okay, that's actually pretty sick here. Okay, Esper Sentinel. Definitely not out of it yet, for sure. What can we even get with the Academic Dispute now? Redirect Lightning? I mean, this is happening for sure, I think. I think I'll just push for damage. Balmor. Okay, what is this, like, zap sound? It's, like, bugged. I constantly hear the zapping sound now. Interesting, they just gave it back. Okay, that's because they wanted to surrender. Alright. One lender. Let's go. I'm a bit worried about my land, though. Cameo. Oh, there it is.
I stayed up too late reading.
So, we can Academic Dispute. Grab what? Not actually sure what to grab at the moment. All I see is an island. Like, I have no idea what my opponent's doing. I'll just leave up a Wizard's Lightning. Guess I'll grab, like, Firebending Lesson. Black and Island. Hey, the Firebending Lesson. Doing something. All right. Main deck Spell Pierce. Main deck Spell Pierce. I hope I get another land. That'd be kind of cool. It's a lot of ninjas coming out. Or, I mean, a lot of changing outcast. I could express a bit of iteration here. Or I can, like, okay, something that's like so sick. What I could have done if I had a land is I grab this and then just board wipe and then kill this thing. Can't really do that. Okay, we found a land. So I think the Wizard's Lightning, Expressive Iteration here is a little bit wasteful, so let's actually go with Firebending Lesson. That is so cool. This Academic Dispute became 2 removal spells. Let's see what my opponent has. Another Silver for Master. Into a 1000 Phase Shadow. Pretty strong. Yeah, very, very strong there. So I can go Swiftseer's Teaching. What do we have left? Lightning. Lightning. Let me actually see what I get with this thing first. That's a Reckless Charge. I think I could have actually definitely played that turn better. Yeah, opponent actually had a pretty good hand as well. I think I'll just have this card as a blocker, maybe. Or do I have the win if I go Dreadhorde Arcanist? I think I actually might. Yeah. All right. I don't think... I'm not really sure if we're sideboarding. I feel like this already is a good matchup. Maybe a copy of a Spell Pierce, but that's kind of about it. Yeah, I think we'll just go like this. That's like the power of the tutorable lesson cards is we actually don't have the sideboard. Well, not really sure if I like this hand. We do have a Chain Lightning, but that's kind of about it. But we have a lot of damage. Wow, that's a lot of damage. Silver Fur Master. Actually got a Symmetry Sage that we can actually Reckless Charge. Let's say I go Slick Shot Show Off this plot. Next turn I can go Symmetry Sage, Reckless Charge, Reckless Charge. 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I have 17 damage. That's not quite lethal, actually. I think I'll just spread out my damage then. And then have these as a blocker. That actually could have been lethal. Because the opponent actually shocked. That's actually kind of crazy. Okay. Strong card. The opponent's leaving up like potential fatal push, maybe. Wizard's Lightning. Yep, they're definitely leaving up a card. For sure. So they have a removal spell, potentially like a 2-mana removal spell, since they're not even doing this. It could be like an edict. Let's say I go Slick Shot Show Off with a double Lightning Bolt. That's still not enough. I guess I'll do this again for next turn. There's a good chance we might die here. I don't know. Okay. Here goes nothing. Prowess. And we're going to buff this thing because the other one has prowess. Okay, I mean, this already wins if it connects, so let's see what opponent does. It's a fatal push. Is it a double fatal push? But then last turn, opponent actually only left up an island. Oh man, that's actually a double fatal push. They could have actually just drawn it. Yeah, opponent could have actually just drawn it. Moon Circuit Hacker. Oh, look at this. Oh my god, that's so cool. So, what is like the best course of action? I mean, I can board wipe, right? I think I'll probably board wipe here. Deal 3 damage. It's just so much value, isn't it? It is so much value. Okay, we have... Do we want to top deck these? Well... Maybe we do. We still have some spells. Oh. We don't have a blue source. Whoops. That's fine. Mistakes were made, but I think we're gonna win this one. Well, good thing we top these. So this can't block, right? So we just win? Right, GG's. Loris. We're going second. Triple Fiery Islet. Seems like maybe energy? No, it's an aura deck. It's an aura deck. So we're gonna grab a fire bending lesson. The opponent has to block the light paw here. It's so good. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. The opponent still plays it. Let me think about this. So I don't have any instant speed. You know what? Sure. think I'm gonna pass one more turn. Ooh, they found another land here. I was going to academic dispute for a counter spell, but okay. So I have a question. What if you redirect lightning? Does this work? Okay, I'm actually curious. I'm not sure if this works. So let's take a look. It does not. I just wanted to see. Okay, well that sucks. But it was an experiment that I was willing to go through. Also, man, they just had it like that, huh? Light Paw, Core Spirit Dancer, Amped Raptor, huh? Crazy. Crazy. Okay, apparently opponent also has... Okay, I hope opponent doesn't also have, you know, a flash or a spell here as well. And they do. Wow. They just have everything. They just have everything. You're gonna attack. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. They had a really great hand. It's kind of crazy. No, we didn't get a spell. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They would have died if I had a spell. Unfortunate. That was kind of ridiculous, how my opponent just had a million creatures like that. I can't believe they actually had the Light Paw, Core Spirit Dancer, Amped Raptor. I did actually, I'm not really sure, even if I did get, it'll Quencha to counter the Shelter by the Ghost, I'm not really sure if that actually would have mattered. Maybe it would have. Because here they would have actually died. But I really needed to satiate my curiosity there. Only one removal spell. I can't believe we lost that one, though. Yeah, I mean, like, despite all that, I feel like we still shouldn't have lost, in my opinion, but... Wow, this is a lot of damage, actually. 6. So we have a 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 14 damage. Demonic Ruckus. I mean, this could blow up very, very fast. Like, instantaneously. The fact that, like, we actually don't have another spell to go along with this is such a... It's such a downside. It's kind of crazy they actually did that. I guess they just didn't have a protection spell. Yeah, I needed a removal spell there. Soul Scar Mage. I'll play the Soul Scar Mage first. Esper Sentinel is very, very annoying. Very annoying card. One of the best cards against my deck, for sure. Okay, this is looking really bad. Actually looking pretty bad. So this has a Ward 4 at the moment. They're gonna pass. This is actually pretty hard. Yeah, because of the Esper Sentinels. Quite difficult, isn't it? If I had an academic dispute, this would actually be just completely settled, but... Do I have to chain lightning this and... Yeah, honestly, very tough. Very, very tough with the amount of Esper Sentinels there are. That actually might be over. I was really hoping for a chain lightning to actually hit this thing next turn. But seems like it's over. I can't really see myself getting out of this. Because of the ward, it's just so difficult. Alright. Ooh, very slow hand. Okay, that's an absurd amount of damage that's coming out. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna push for damage here, probably. It's way too much damage. And then this is at least 4. Oh, they're dead. So we're playing against an Eldrazi deck. I'm gonna have 2 meltdowns for Chalice of the Void. And 3 consigns. Academic Dispute can... I'm gonna cut 2 copies of it. The Dispute can be pretty good. But I'm not really sure. I also don't know what to cut. Maybe I'm cutting like 2 Soul Scars. Am I cutting 2 Expressive Iteration? Or maybe Reckless Charge? Hmm. I feel like Reckless Charge is pretty necessary. Maybe I'm actually cutting Soulscar Mage. I would say this can become a pretty hard matchup if they like start with Chalice. That's kind of what I'm afraid of. So these 2 cards are really good because, you know, if it's like a Chalice, then I at least have some cards to play here. These are both great cards. Okay, so I'm gonna leave up Consigned to Memory. Since it does seem like they're missing a color. I don't think I need to like rush things because I have so much damage. Dust Bowl. Dust Bowl. Yeah, I think they're looking for a colored source here. I'm not sure if that was actually the best idea because, yeah, they could have that thing. They have so much mana. They found a forest. They found the forest here. We have so much damage. We just need to make sure opponent doesn't have like another Kha'Zix command. I'm basically kind of banking on opponent not having another Kha'Zix command. That's like the worst thing that can happen here. Oh no. I actually can't. Okay, so I'll have to express iteration then. It's another blue land. That's unfortunate. We're missing quite a bit of damage here because we put the blue on the pathway for some reason. So we could only cast 2 cards maximum. Yeah, kind of sad, isn't it? Kind of sad. I mean, that actually only happened because of the Sowing Myco spawn, but still. Oh, wow, they even play Ugin. That's kind of bad.
Success. Fools have sown discord.
Might have actually lost the game. Another Sowing Myco spawn.
Through all things.
Alright, I guess we lose then. Because we can't play a Slickshot Show Off next turn and then use a Lightning Bolt. I would need to top deck a land. That's not blue source.
Knowledge is a virtue.
Spell Pierce. A bit late. They're just gonna Dust Bowl now, right? Alright, we're just dead. Made a mistake. Never put it on blue. Never put it on blue. I'm quite sad, honestly. A Flesh Raker. It's kind of bad. I was hoping for a removal spell for the Flesh Raker, but didn't get there. Red. I could do this again. But I think I'm just gonna try to look for a removal spell for the Flesh Raker. Nothing. Because I have so many spells. Sowing Michael spawn. Into a forest. Into a rumble. Wait. They don't have Kozak's command. Maybe we can win somehow? Land is definitely a start, right? Land. Slick shot show off. Play expressive iteration. No, that's not good enough. Slick shot show off. Reckless charge into meltdown. How much damage is that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, that's lethal. I guess opponent could have no, even if it's like a dismember, they would still die. All right. So, played a few games with this deck, and I think this deck is actually pretty sick. Obviously, Wizard archetype has been around for a long time, but I think the addition of all the lesson cards through the Avatar set actually kind of sets this deck apart from the normal Wizard deck, just because it just gives you so much tool to work with in the sideboard. Plus, it's also incredibly synergistic with Dreadhorde Arcanist, Symmetry Sage, Slickshot Show Off, Soul Scar Mage, and Balmor, because we want to be able to cast multiple cards in a single turn, right? Especially like instant or sorcery cards. So getting mileage off of that prowess factor, plus the Dreadhorde Arcanist, this card just being a 1-mana card means that now the Dreadhorde Arcanist has that tutor effect with the Academic Dispute, which is also pretty sick. So yeah, I thought it was actually really cool. Perhaps we want like another copy of Graveyard Hate. Like I would really like if I can actually fit another copy of the Surgical in. That'd be really nice. Like maybe potentially running 3 copies of Consigned to Memory is a bit much. Since we do also have you know, a tutor spell into Price of Freedom against an Eldrazi matchup, so maybe you don't need, you know, 3 copies of Consigned to Memory, and so that we have another copy of the Surgical for, you know, like a Reanimate matchup. And maybe potentially you might not even need the Abandon attachment. The thing is, when are you going to go through all of these tutor spells in a single game, especially in an aggro deck like this? So maybe instead of an Abandon attachment, I can see myself having something like a Fire Magic. We actually don't have any like a board wipe against Val combo decks or an energy deck. Currently, we have the Academic Dispute into Ero's Demonstration, but that's really about it, and it only deals 1 damage to each of the creatures opponent controls. So maybe having a copy of a Fire Magic actually would go a longer way. So yeah, that's the adjustment that I made. So yeah, if you want to check it out, I'll have the deck link in the descriptions below. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all next one. Bye bye.